HeroQuest fans, live on Twitch, not live on YouTube. Thanks to Jacer and Count Cogpox joining us tonight as heroes. We're playing Quest 10, The Frozen Horror. This is the final run. It will not take 4 hours to decide the outcome of this battle. I mean, unless you guys in the chat really cash in a lot of stuff and throw me off, of course, but we'll see. No, everybody's free. If you've got the gold and you want to spend it, go for it. So we've got Elverg here. We were talking about your future plans, and again, I don't mean to downplay anything you've done. It looks like you've put a lot of work into that. I'm excited to see what you come up with, and I'm excited to learn what you find out. And who knows, maybe it will be something that we'll do in the future. At least I'll be willing to give it a try. Ribby's here. Ribby's remarkable rings on full display, 3D printed, gracing the bases of these mercenaries. So thanks to him for that. Gonsgrim is here, and it looks like a pretty good crew. So does anybody else want to take control of a hero? We've got Count Cogpox as the wizard, and the mercenaries, and then everybody else is being controlled by Jacer. So barbarian, elf, rogue, knight. Any of you other guys want to take control of a hero? Just let me know. You can hop into the Discord. There it is. We're using Quest Talk.
I'm going to run and grab a coffee real quick.
All right. Ribby says I can jump in about 30. Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah, I was going to pound some caffeine, but I thought, well, as exciting as that would be, I still do have to get up in the morning, so it's kind of late for me for that. So let's just switch over the Discord here. Oh, I do want to highlight one thing. So PSK Knucklehead has been promoting his, or the Discord channel that he participates in. I'm not sure if it's actually his, but I think it's called the Mental Health Charity Painters Discord. Let me get the invite because I think it may have changed.
I'm not sure if he's the founder or the co-founder of the
but he has some position
5013C with that.
Oh yeah, it's a non-profit. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Just edit this link here. Yeah, the idea is there's a lot of people with mental health issues out there, nothing to be ashamed of, just get the help you need. And they have a charity, they try to raise money for various things. I don't know a whole lot about it, sorry to say, but
it's right now they're running a second charity raffle, and they're trying to raise $9,000 for mental health for veterans, I believe. He's got a link on his thing that explains it all. And they're trying to do it. They got I think they started with 150 days to try to raise $9,000.
Yeah, because he's a veteran himself. I know you're a veteran. There may be others out there I don't know about, but yeah, it seems like a good cause. I don't know. Whenever I support a charity, I always try to do research first because I know that, you know, some of them are better than others, and I'm not making any judgments till I know more about it, but he seems like a stand-up enough guy, so it's probably worth checking out. And they do good quality work as far as painting goes, so even if you don't decide to contribute, I mean, you can certainly see their talent on display. Okay, all right, so back to the game here, with all that preamble.
I'm back.
All right, he's got his coffee, and we're gonna watch him drink it.
Mm-hmm. Coffee and my trusty bag of jerky.
That's all right. Okay. All right, so my turn. So I've got some things to think about here because I feel like you guys are closing in on me, and I feel like if I don't get some kills quick, it might be over for the Frozen Horror. So I'm gonna start playing my cards here. So we're going to use Chaotic Defense. This Jug of Black Liqueur gives any servant of chaos, in this case the Frozen Horror, powerful boost, defensive prowess, so I get to use blue dice the rest of the quest. Except when
Is that a Zargon card?
Yep. And yes, I designed this a few years ago to add to my deck. It's a good one to save for bosses. So I got that in play. And
Well, then I'm going to use my luck skill to cancel that Zargon card.
can you? Let's see. Fortune smiles upon you. You may use this card to automatically cancel the effect of one combat card played by the Evil Wizard player. Okay? Alright, so you have canceled it.
That card seems a little too powerful and a little too scripted to be used against the boss. Just waiting for that one.
But, thankfully, I have Dark Omen. Powers of Chaos conspire to disrupt your opponents. You may use this card to automatically cancel the effect of one combat card played by one hero. So,
No!
I had played this, you played this and canceled it, and I played this and canceled your cancel. So I'm back.
Good, now we're cardless. The cards are off.
Okay. All right. Well, but that's how it's played. It's we're trying to like drain each other of ammo before the fight begins. Okay. What else can I cash in here? All right, I'm going to play this Overwhelming Fear. One of your minions lets out a primal scream that terrorizes all that hear it. Choose one monster. Once again, I'm choosing the Frozen Horror. Until the end of the turn, to attack that monster, a hero must roll equal to or less than their mind points on one dice, or be the recipient of a courage spell. So I'm taking that to mean if you're the barbarian, you got to roll a 3 or less to be able to attack me. Is that what you guys would think? I'm interpreting.
I'm reading it here. Let me see.
As opposed to the mind points of the monster you're attacking. You know what I mean? I'm thinking it's the hero. It's like you're trying to fight your own fear to be able to attack. Well, anyway. Okay, so that'll be in play. So it's like, scares the heck out of everybody.
What's the orb if they don't roll it, they're the recipient of the courage spell? What does that mean?
That means it just doesn't affect them.
Oh, okay.
But it only is like one round. So when the round is over, it's just back to normal. And let's see what else can I do here. Okay, I'm gonna play. Yes, you can see I've saved up a lot of these, and people have been kind enough to buy them for me as well. Mob Rush. 2 or more monsters adjacent to any hero may combine their dice roll attacks to a single large attack. Okay, so if I play that one, in this case, I've got 2 monsters adjacent to the Halberdier. Okay, so that's 3 and 2, so I can roll 5. So I'm gonna do that. Now, if anybody else has another luck card, because there are 2 of them in the deck, could play them.
Do not. That was my sole luck card.
Still, it's a good try. Now I can't undo one of your other cards later. Okay, so 3 skulls against the Halberdier. So you're defending with 3 there.
Okay, and what's his defense is a
3 white dice.
3. He has 1 hit point left, I think.
Yeah, Liam. Oh!
No!
Another one.
But he does have a potion of warmth.
Oh! And the potion of warmth will bring him back with 1.
Yes, he had a +2, but he used it, I think, last week. So this is his last potion. And I think Dirk still has 2 potions.
Alright, so another Brave Mercenary has not been added to the pile yet. But we'll cross off the warmth.
He has 1 hit point, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
one left. Okay. Oh, and the monsters can't get out of there. All right. Let's see. We will move the Femir forward and attack Swordsman. All right, one skull against Dirk the Daring.
He gets 5 defense. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Dang. Did Ribby gimmick these dice? What happened?
I feel like, what are the odds of me rolling 8 skulls in a row?
Yeah. It's just you played the luck card, and now look what happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't help that Ribby posted in channel he was going to load the Discord bot.
Yeah, but he's an unreliable narrator. Okay. So one damage. All right, and by the way, Mob Rush is used up. Okay. It's too bad I can't use that for multiple mobs. Let's see, that Goblin is really not going to be able to do much. Okay. Now we'll turn our attention to these monsters over here. Alright, so Skeleton should move 6. 6. Okay, yeah, I'm slowly learning the undead. I just need to play Return of the Witch Lord again, and then I'll remember it all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Takes a little elbow grease to get that one going. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the elite orc. The regular orc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got our group of ne'er-do-wells there. Mercenaries there. Chaos's turn is not done yet, because I've still got to move the big guy. Okay, so I'm able to attack diagonally, so I have my choice of targets. 1, 2, 3. I can either do the Barbarian, Knight, or Halberdier. Okay, I'm going to play this card here. Chaos Champion. Well, I was supposed to play this at the start of my turn. I was going to use it anyway. This monster looks more evil than the others. He gets to attack and move twice this turn. Okay. Attack twice.
I feel like there should be a limit on how many Archon cards can be used in a turn.
I mean, the thing is, I limit it by stream, but I mean, I could just like keep saving them up, and it's like, gee, he hasn't used any of these in like a long time, and then I could just play a whole bunch of them. Let's see. Just feel like, all right, I'm gonna do. Let's see, the Knight. He's down to 2. Elf is out of range. I'm going to aim both my attacks at the Halberdier. Or, wait a minute. If I do that, though, let's see, he's out of potions. Okay, because I was thinking if he just comes back, I would have wasted my double attack. Okay, I'll do both my attacks against him, because I'm evil. And that means 10 attack dice. Six skulls, Halberdier.
I think that'll kill him for sure.
Yeah, because even if you roll 3, you're still taking 3, and you've got 1 left. Okay. And the rule is if the horror dies, all of the monsters shatter into ice, right? Right? Says Fubar. Well, I'll let you know what happens.
Liam the lost.
Nah. As he cuts down the Halberdier, he grins evilly at everyone in the room, as if daring to avenge your comrade. Alright, so another for the roll of heroes. Halberdier is dead. Okay, now he has double movement. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. As far as I can make it. I mean, he takes up 4. It's weird because he can take up 4. He takes up 4 squares. He can go down those narrow hallways, but his movement is still blocked by heroes and things. I probably shouldn't have used up my skate and melt early, but I just had this harebrained idea I was going to go outside the maze and chase you guys down. But bad guys, you know, they get that bloodlust in them and they start to make mistakes. So I think that's going to be it for my turn. So go ahead, heroes, do your best there. Chaser with the barbarian.
Place him in twain, Jace.
Chaser.
Slambo slide.
Jacer, are you there? Maybe he's counting his gold.
You're still muted, Jacer. I hope you know you're muted.
Five skulls.
Dang!
Good roll.
There he is.
Yep. All right, 5 skulls against the orc.
Yeah, the orc. Yep.
Well, he only defends with 2, so I think you got him. Okay. The great monster lets out a blood-curdling sound and runs to the other side of the room. The sound. Whoop, 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 whoop. Alright, because you know that the overwhelming fear is in effect for all of you attacking the frozen horror. But there is still a skeleton in the room, and you got the wizard over here. So is the barbarian doing any moving? If not,
3 spaces to the right.
2 spaces to the right.
No, all 3 of the spaces.
Okay.
Chonky, the frozen horror.
Yeah. Well, the original doesn't take up quite as much room. It was 2 squares, but
I like the 2 square mob because the 4 square to me defies the corridor.
It's
You know, I have to bend the rules to make it work.
He changes his shape as he squeezes through. He's a giant. Yeah, they definitely were throwing a bone to the painters.
It does look great. I mean, I will say that it is a great.
Can the rogue
model.
move 2 and shoot to the right and shoot the zombie?
You mean the skeleton?
Or the skeleton?
Yes. Okay. So he's firing crossbow. Missed, but she gets a wrestling move. You want me to draw from the wrestling move deck? If we're still doing that. Yes, okay.
But of course.
But of course. Ah, appropriate. The frog splash. So you head on over here and you climb up to the top of the throne and you go flying. He's like, oh no! Bam! And you take out the skeleton. And just like if it was a video game, his shattered body flashes and disappears. All right. Next up, the wizard. Count Cogburn.
Right.
What do you think?
Am I able to take my mercenaries turns first, or do I have to do the wizard and then the mercenaries?
Yeah, if you want, you can do your mercenaries first. I don't know. Objection.
Okay. I'm gonna smash that femur there with how does that femur have full hit points?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna hit him with Dirk there, Dirk the Daring.
All right.
He gets 4 attack dice. So powerful.
Three skulls. Excellent. All right. The femur defends. Ching. 2 hits. Oh, you hit him right in the femur. Got him. Yeah, so somewhere out there, one of the mystics, like, fades away. Alright.
And then he's gonna stay there. And then I'm gonna take the wizard.
Oh, I see a skull over here. So he had 1 damage.
Who does?
The swordsman.
Oh, the swordsman, okay. And take the wizard and shoot the frozen horror with my sling.
Okay, you're just shooting him from that spot right there?
I mean, he can, right? Isn't that diagonal?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Was that 1 white die?
Yep. Missed.
Miss.
So the swordsman wasn't going to move at all. Well, I can see that.
No, he's got it.
To the icy river. Or
Yeah, no, he wants to stay there.
good. Yeah, I guess he's blocking the doorway. Still serves a purpose. Okay. And then other mercenaries.
So we have the crossbowman. I'm going to move him this way towards the... how many squares does he get to move? 6. I'm going to start moving him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to move him all the way to the east as far as he can go. Or no, yeah, sorry. The crossbowman, the guy standing... I'm trying to think. I thought that was the swordsman there. The orange one. I didn't know that's the crossbowman.
Yeah, the orange is the crossbowman. Swordsman is in white.
Yeah, I'm going to move both of them that way. So him 6 to the east, and the swordsman, Slade, will move 5. He'll move 5.
Same direction?
Yes.
Okay.
They hear the clangs and shatters and screams of the frozen horror and his icy torment. So they said, you know what? Screw it. We got to get in there.
Only need to keep them from escaping. All right.
We only live once, they're thinking. And really, they were thinking like we only live approximately like 12 hours. So we got to do something with our lives.
What's good's a reward if you ain't around to use it? Okay. Of course, technically they've already been paid. It's just they're just hoping to get paid again. But maybe they bond with you. You're are very charismatic heroes. Okay. All right. So with all of that accomplished, the fourth hero in line, the elf, neglected and forgotten in a corner of the room here. What do you think, Jacer? You got a 1. Sounds like Liam died. Yeah, let's go get his stuff.
No. One skull against the frozen horror.
All right. So when you
he rolled a 1, which was less than his mind points.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So that wasn't the movement. That was your. Okay.
No, him and the wizard have the mind points, so they're the courageous ones.
Got it. Okay, so 1 skull. All right, so I'm rolling 4 blue. Cha-ching! All right, so you've still got your movement if you want it. Jacer, are you done with the elf, or is he gonna do any more? I hear you now.
Maybe move to the left one. Oh, am I still diagonal to him, or am I?
Yeah, you were diagonal to him.
All right, so then move 1 to the left. That way, the frozen horror has to come at one of us.
Come at me, bro. Alright. Ain't your bro.
Fubar, champion of the party.
Oh, Fubar. 5, a round of drinks. Alright.
Indeed.
So he just cashed in 5 potions. Alright, let's see what they are. First one, Potion of Antidote. So that'll counteract 2 body points worth of poison damage. Potion of Skill. That's for the dwarf, so we'll just redraw because he's not in the adventure. Potion of Charm. Behind an old tile, you find a gilded bottle filled with a gold liquid. Drink all this potion between quests when you want to hire men-at-arms, and you will be able to hire up to 3 men-at-arms for 25 gold coins less than normal for each. So that's a good one, if you survive. Potion of Battle Rage. Only the barbarian can drink this purple-red concoction. It grants him 2 extra attack, or 2 attacks per turn, as long as they're monsters in line of sight. So that'd be for the barbarian. Potion of Strength, that's +2 for 1 attack. Potion of Warmth, which you know what that one does. Okay, so Potion of Battle Rage goes to the barbarian. I assume he's getting 1 for everybody, so how do you want to divide up those other ones?
I could take a warmth or the charm potion. The rest is up however Jacer wants to figure it out. But I would take one of those.
Honestly, just give all of the potions except for the Battle Rage right to the Alchemist, and you can move next to people and divvy them out however you need, or whoever might need one.
I don't want to take all of them. I mean, I feel like it'd be.
Well, I just figure you're the Alchemist, so even if you needed to do an uncommon feat or something to try to change one to something else, and like I said, you can
sling
give
them over
out
to people.
to the you can give them to the mercenaries if like they need healing, or you can give them to heroes. You know what I mean? Do what you think needs to be done with them.
Okay.
I think everybody else already has healing, and I think that's pretty much all they're going to need, hopefully.
What were
and
the other
Barbarian's
four?
still under the effect of the other two spells, the Frost Skin and the whatever, the Battle Rage thing or whatever. So he's got 2 attacks right now, and he's defending with 2 extra dice because it's still active.
Okay. So you got Potion of Warmth, first of all.
Okay, so I had one of those, and I have 2.
Yep. Potion of Strength. That's 2 extra attack for 1.
I had one of those, and I have 2 of those.
Avalon Bill's Idea of Courage.
Okay.
Potion of Charm. So that gives you a discount for hiring mercenaries.
Are the
An
chickens in?
antidote.
Oh, the dog's out. Never mind. No, I was going to let my dog out real fast, but Riggs is out. I was asking about the chickens first.
Now we know who let the dogs out. And the Potion of Antidote. It's for poison. Got it?
Fills up to 2 body points by poison only. Yeah.
But it doesn't matter the type of poison.
The charm one. What did that do? 25 off hiring up to 3 mercenaries, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the potion that brings back a spell is a myth, Kurgan. Well, I disagree. Now, the Potion of Magic was in Prophecy of Telor. That one I haven't printed out for this deck. Probably shouldn't I? Thing is, it's a different size than all the other cards. So, the Potion of Recall is an elf-only potion. So, I mean, the thing is, since there's only one in here, I mean, I could just change it so that the wizard could use it, but I mean, you gotta find it in the deck. It's not, I'm not just gonna give it to you. Unless I adopt that system that was suggested, which is like, oh, for a certain specified high amount of gold, you could just buy a specific thing, which would be kind of cool.
I like that. I also like the furniture interactions people have come up with where if you find the spell table, maybe you can take a turn and refresh one spell. Or
that's a fair point. That's a very fair point.
Or if you were to find the alchemist table, maybe you could have a chance to concoct, like a 75% chance to concoct a potion of your choice or something.
Sorcerer's table is right there. I have allowed, and I'm trying to think if has that been used by the alchemist this quest? I'm not sure that it has, but you could regain a spell by going there.
Yeah, and I like that
but we
system.
did do an uncommon feat at the cupboard.
We did, yeah. The guy hireling sprouted out, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, and here I've given potions.
Or a potion.
Yeah. So I've given potions for the alchemist bench, and this is before Hasbro's system, you know, with the new alchemy deck and all that, which we'll be getting into in Rise of the Dreadmoon.
I really love that, and I really hope more people give feedback to Avalon Hill that's great. The furniture interactions of, weapon rack maybe for a dwarf or knight.
Sure.
Yeah,
only. Elves could be a wizard with an uncommon feat purchase, of course. See, I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that, Fubar.
And I just say one spell, because if you can refresh multiple spells, it's too powerful, in my opinion.
You've got to have something else to offset it. The knight. Fubar says, agreed. Furniture having purpose other than decor or changing the room shape is a good thing.
In the knight move, is it down one into the doorway?
What do you mean? down 1.
Oh, never mind. Up 1. Yeah, up 1 and to the right 2, it looks like.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's 4 spaces. Let me roll movement.
Make sure you actually got 4. Yeah, the only thing about the furniture bonuses is since, I mean, if you're worried it's going to break the quest, you should probably check, as Zargon, check the quest layout first.
Whoa! That doesn't count. That's my bad.
Everything okay, Jacer?
Yeah, I gotta roll the courage thing.
Overwhelming fear.
Nope.
I rolled a 5. Okay.
Yeah, so he's not doing that.
Okay. So he's not able to attack.
Yeah, that's the wandering monster.
Sounds like Jacer was ambushed by a monster, yeah. A wandering monster. So
Yeah.
Cody GFG, welcome. So I recently bought Hero Quest. Oh, cool. Should I play a
Nice.
practice round before I play with my friends who have never played to learn the game, or is learning the game together half the fun? That's up to you, my man. Or woman. I shouldn't assume. That's up to you. Because, yeah, for a lot of us as kids, that really was what it was. I mean, if you know your friends, I mean, you know their level of patience. So I know people that they'll quickly get bored or frustrated if they feel like you don't know how to play the game, and they'll start to like wonder if maybe they should do something else, like, this is too complicated. But that's the group that I roll with. I mean, once
That's true.
you get things going,
Never thought about that.
yeah. So otherwise, yeah, if they're totally into experimentation and they're just like relaxed and don't mind, and it's all just about hanging out, doesn't matter, then maybe it would be okay. I think with a group of adults, or even with a group of kids, probably a good idea to just, yeah, give yourself a practice round by yourself before you join up with them.
And I feel like the base rules are so easy with just what's on the back of the Zargon page that if you had the proper amount of snacks to occupy people, you could probably do just fine experiencing it out of the box.
And don't get bogged down in the rules. I think some people, I mean, you could do like a week's worth of research to like learn, okay, which version of the rules do I want to use? You don't have to worry about that. Just play it how you think you should play it, and then if you want to do that research later, my recommendation, then decide, okay, how do I want the crossbow to work? You're probably not going to get the crossbow in the first quest anyway, right? And all that stuff, all that other stuff.
You can't throw the enigma of the crossbow at him. The man just bought the game.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I think, yeah, it's pretty easy to pick up. And if you have played any other type of games like D&D, you know how to improvise probably already. And so you can use that improvisation. I mean, as kids, we'd never played D&D, but we know how to do that. Just like, yeah, maybe he had it in his back pocket, or maybe he throws the potion across the room to the other guy. You know, it's like we came up with stuff without really thinking too hard. We were just kids, so it'll be fine.
Hero Quest is built with a good amount of elasticity in improving minor rules will not destroy the game.
Right.
And if you just read that book for 30 minutes, honestly, you're 90% of expert. I mean, it's not that crazy.
23 pages. It's easy. Yeah, just keep in mind this is a game that was originally designed for 9 and 10-year-olds. Fubar says, some rules are not clearly defined, so it helps to have the table agree in those situations. Like Kurgan said, the rules can be as strict or as loose as you want them. It's a game. It's for fun for both Heroes and Zargon. Yeah, this is not like Space Hulk where it's 1v1 and it's like, oh man, you know, ego's on the line. It's more just like, yeah, can you complete the challenge or not? If not, try again, you know? Yeah. If you use the companion app, you're just going to get the perspective of a hero. So you might actually just try playing the game against yourself, if that makes sense. It's going to be weird, you as Zargon, because you'll know what's coming. But I mean, you can just move the heroes around. Just give it a try, give it a shot, see what you think. Now, seeing the companion app is like maybe like 98% accurate. Some of the stuff it does is kind of weird, but it's usually not until the expansions that stuff comes up. where it's just like, no, that's not really what would happen. But a lot of this stuff you still have to do yourself. So you still have to roll defense for the monsters. You still have to roll attack for the heroes. The spells, you have to decide if it really has line of sight or not. Like, all that stuff is not determined by the app. You just do it yourself. And a lot of the spells still require you to look at the card, the treasure cards. You still got to draw those. Character sheets, the buying phase, all that is handled by, you, not by the app. So it'll be of limited value if you're trying to experience the whole game to get a sense of it. There's something else I was going to say about that. Probably wasn't important. But, I mean, I've played games with people where, you play a game and it's like you had a good time, and then the next week you get together and it's like, hey, remember what we did last week? We were playing it wrong. Actually, I read a little more, and there's something, it's like, whatever. You still had fun. It's not like, oh, man, all that money I lost, I got to get it back now. It's just like,
it won't destroy the game. That happens every time I've ever played what you just said. The thing where we discover the actual way to interpret the rules later.
What they actually intended. Or you could look at it as, okay, well, we played the basic version, but there's like a little deeper wrinkle that can make it more interesting this time. Ribby's here. We ran out the clock long enough. He showed up.
Ribby and his righteous rims.
Remarkable. Radical even.
Cowabunga.
Ridiculous. Yeah, cowabunga to you. So, Ribby.
Yeah.
What do you think tonight? You've rigged
everyone's
the dice.
Looking,
made everyone angry.
Looking pretty rough.
Yeah, things are looking kind of rough.
Yeah. Doesn't matter to me. Does somebody want to?
Everybody's got healing, so despite those
Give a
body
character
points
up?
being really low, I think Jacer is pretty determined to have the knight, and Count Cogbox has got the wizard. But otherwise, I think you guys are okay with somebody else taking over one of the other heroes: barbarian, elf, rogue.
Okay. I'll match up the rogue.
Yeah.
The rogue heir of Athelorn.
I might have to play all of them. I don't know. Jace got abducted by that wandering monster.
Well, he says it's Zargon's turn. And he's right about that. So, Ribby, let's get you set up first there.
Yep.
By the way, I like your avatar. It's some kind of like cranky looking goblin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that original art to yourself, or is that from something?
No, that's
yeah.
from a really dumb YouTube video.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it dumb enough for me to check out, or?
I could show it to you. I don't know if you'd get it. It's horrible toilet humor.
Oh, I've never heard of such
such filth.
ribaldry.
Yes. 2 mind points. Yes.
Fubar says,
Okay.
and if a Monopoly piece happens to find its way onto the table, then the party is going to have a hell of a fight with that Iron Scotty dog.
Oh, for sure.
Aye, laddie.
Definitely the most stalwart of the icons.
Okay, so we're going to say the rogue is now Ribby. The rancorous rogue.
I always feel like if you have your session interrupted, you hear somebody get interrupted by an outside source. It's either the mother, the girlfriend, the wife, or the in-law.
Or the pet.
And then, it's just in all of those is the wandering monster.
Oh, you haven't seen the toilet humor that I've seen. Yeah. Then again, I'm not a parent, so there's probably some that I haven't had the joy of experiencing firsthand. Okay. Well, all right. So let me get you up to speed. Unless you've been paying attention here, Ribby, you might need this.
I have not. I had to step away.
That's fine. Okay. So once again, Ribby, creator of our mentor bot that rolls the digital dice and the remarkable rims that you see before you, and he's always working on new things. I was seeing those little joints, plastic joints that you made to hold up the quest book. That was kind of cool.
Well, I'd like to pick of those, Ribby. Are those on the Discord? I'll have to look through the HeroQuest fans.
Giant frozen horror ring for no reason. Yeah, because you never know if is that
He could fall over.
Is that the frozen horror, or is that I mean, there might be another one. Yeah, he might fall over
Yeah, hit me up after the stream.
because
Count Cog. I'll show you whatever.
you can 3D print stuff. Yeah, Count Cogbox.
I do resin printing. But
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I'm
Yeah, I got
into.
files for you if you're interested.
Yeah, I'm way into it. I'm
Look
a
at
super
these guys.
nerd.
Nice. I don't have a printer. I have no place to put it, so I just rely on my
I hear that.
mother-in-law or people to send me stuff. Yeah, whenever they get a chance. I
I
am.
have to battle the wife for space in my own garage. So
Ah, the struggle is real. Okay, so the rogue. He has, of course, his bandolier, so he has his 3 abilities, which I trust you're familiar with.
Yep.
Okay, so he's got additionally a dagger, a hammer,
A
which is
hammer.
2 attack dice. Yeah, it's one of our homebrews. So it's 2 attack dice. You can throw it. It's lost when thrown. You've got the longsword, a spear. That's 2 diagonal and can be thrown. Lost when thrown. I think I've decided though that the hammer and the spear, if you throw it, you can search for treasure later and find it again. Whereas the dagger, if you throw it, it's gone for good.
Longsword's 3 diagonal.
Yep. You've got a halberd, which is 3. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's what? Halberd. Oh, yeah, you do have a halberd. Okay, never mind. I was thinking, is that the mercenary or the weapon? So that's 3 diagonal, but it's a 2-handed weapon. So it's like, why would you ever use it for now? Crossbow. And once again, or the way I handle it is the 8 squares around you can't shoot, but beyond that you can shoot. So his attack dice would depend on what he's using, 1, 2, or 3. But of course, with the bonuses, he can do like 4, for example.
He doesn't have a short sword?
Nope.
Of any kind?
No short
Well,
sword.
that sucks.
Yeah, so if he does the double attack, it would just be dagger. Now, I do combine my multi-attacks into one large roll, but I'm making an exception for the rogue, so he can still get 1 unblockable.
Okay.
So he could do 1 and then 1 unblockable, or 1 normal and then 1 unblockable, whichever order, if he's using that skill. And then for defense, he's got his buckler, which means if the enemy misses, he can do 1 die counterattack. It's unblockable. He's got bracers, and he's got a cloak. So his total defense is 5. Got all that?
Yep.
Okay, he's got a rallying horn, which he's used 3 times. The rallying horn gives an extra movement die to everybody around him for 1 turn. But on the 4th time, there's a chance it'll trigger a wandering monster. So just letting you know. He's got 120 gold coins. He's also got a toolkit, which he doesn't need because the bandolier serves the same purpose, but he does have one. Potion-wise, you've got the Potion of Battle. That's the one that lets you re-roll your attack die, like the whole attack roll if you want. Potion of Magic Resistance against all spell effects. Potion of Fire Resistance. It's against fire damage. He's got 2 Magic Resistance potions for damage from enemy spells. I don't think there's any friendly spells that do collateral damage, but if there were, I guess it would be the same thing. He's got 2 healing 1d6 potions. Got 1 +4 healing potion. Wolfsbane potion, which cures you of the werewolf curse. And Potion of Charm.
Guys, load it down.
Yep. It is the rogue heir of Elithorn, after all. Doesn't go light. Well, and when I first picked him to join the quest, kind of in progress, I thought, maybe he's bitten off more than he can chew, but he was quickly able to get up to speed. For everybody else, of course, it helps that people are generous. Hey, thanks for following, Cody GFG. Appreciate that. Welcome to HeroQuest fans. All right, we're listening to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio, and okay, so now it's Zargon's turn. So, brought you to the party just in time to kill you, maybe. So my Chaos Champion thing has worn off. Overwhelming Fear has worn off. Chaotic Defense is still in effect, so I'm still rolling blue dice. Frozen Horror. So, what to do? Oh, it's silly. Very silly.
What's the Frozen Horror at? BP wise?
Oh, he's got 3 left.
No problem.
Alright. Ambush. One monster appears suddenly out of nowhere to attack a hero. That hero cannot roll any defense dice against the first attack with the ambushing monster. So I'm going to bring out a Chaos Warrior. Rises up out of the water to attack the Swordsman.
Ew.
Unblockable attack. 3 skulls.
Wow.
Dirk.
Dirk has 5 defense. Dirk the Daring. All right, Ribby, activate the hacks. Here we go. Now, seriously, Ribby, what are the odds?
All right. Well, anyway, I've used up that evil ability, and I'll just give you a clue that I have 1 left.
Oh wait,
It's not my fault. They told me they fixed it. You're right before you did. I'm sorry. Okay. After that, got an opening. So let me just dig into my bag of tricks here. Alright. Firestorm.
oh wait, Dirk though does have 2 potions left.
Oh. I forgot all about his potions. I'm still going to use
Yes.
Firestorm though. Let's see. Dirk. Okay,
He use
warmth or Restoration +2.
He's going to use a warmth.
Aha! He's alive.
He feels extra warm as well.
Yep. No, he just came
Right
back.
as he's going down, he's falling to the ground with a like, and then he says, "Ha! Dirk the Daring is never defeated."
Yep.
Something like that.
Yeah. I like it. Or I was thinking like Luke. There's like, Luke, you know, he's under the water. They're like, oh my god! And then he comes, ah! Like, oh man, it disappeared. Okay. Don't save you,
Right.
bro. That's definitely right. Never mind.
I would lean over and say, "No, you don't push your luck, Dirk. I mean, statistically, you guys, you're not in it for the long haul."
Firestorm. So, room full of fire that has 3 body points of damage on all heroes in the room. With the exception of the spellcaster is unaffected. All victims immediately roll 2 red dice. For each 5 or 6 roll, the damage is reduced by 1 point. Firestorm. So we're hitting the barbarian, the elf, the rogue, and the knight. Jacer?
And they all roll individually.
Jacer is going to say something.
All my guys are going to drink the potion of magical resistance for damage.
Aha! Okay. All right. So
I would wait to do it till you roll the dice. Is what I would do.
And even if I negate 2 of them, they're still going to take 1.
you still
So I might as well
automatically
just
take
negate
1.
all the damage.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's up to you.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you automatically get 1 damage, then you get 2
But
more.
the knight has
Try
2
to-
of these potions, right?
So the barbarian just crossed off 1, so he's got 1 left. And the knight. Yes, he had 2, so now he's just got 1 of the magic resistance for damage. And the elf, magic resistance for damage. Yeah, each of them had 2.
Yeah, they all had. Yeah, so now they're all down to 1.
That's because you people in the chat who have been buying them potions, thinking like, oh damn, magic resistance, what a useless. Nope, they need it now. So all those weeks of buying them potions has paid off. Okay, so they take no damage. They chug those potions and they're fine. And what about the, let's see. Rogue, what do you think? You've got 2 of them.
What do they do?
It
Negates.
all damage. Negates all damage from magic.
Well, then I gotta drink one.
All right.
Ooh.
Everybody just starts just chugging these potions. Okay, so Ribby, you're down to 1 of those now. Cross 1 off.
Yep.
All right, and then the knight. Let's see. You got his crossed off. Yes. Okay. So no effect. He's amazed.
I always feel like the knight, in my
I know
opinion, overshadows
the
the dwarf.
barbarian would have been able to negate, I think, a damage or something too. Oh no, that's chill and cold stuff. But yeah, so
Yeah.
I think the potions were the best.
It's fire. Okay, so that's used up. Yeah, that messes up my plan. Really
Nice.
interfered with my plans the last time. Yeah, it doesn't say I can move that extra monster, so it's stuck there. Okay. Alright, let's get my other monsters moving. So I see that your guys are moving, so mine will be moving too. Let's see here.
Now, they don't necessarily have to move. Your guys could just stay there and totally wait out the whole battle in that room if you wanted.
Oh, sorry,
if you were aware.
boss. We would have come over there. But, you know, it's just such a long way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like, get over here. I'll give you something to be sorry about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they're so dumb they don't realize that if he's dead, that he can't fulfill that threat. But there is always the threat of Zargon himself, I suppose. We won't be too happy if this whole Frozen Horror project was a failure. Okay, so those monsters have moved on. We got the attractive angle going.
I always felt Zargon was like a Dr. Claw character where you never saw him really.
Yep.
He was behind the scenes, I'll get you gadget kind of.
Yeah, you just see the arm.
And not to deter the rant cast, but what I saw from your interview, from your Carmine interview, which I suggest everybody go watch it if you're a fan, was at the very end of part 2, he brought up the nature of who is Zargon, who is Morcar.
Yep. Yeah. What a bomb to drop on us.
And I felt like and I don't know how you felt in that scenario when you heard it and then walked away like, well, wait, what was in Carmine bringing up there? Or
Stunned.
because I thought that he put one little snippet in there where he said, are they the same person? Could they be, he's throwing out possibilities, and it's like, well, wait a second. When he said that, it made me think, is Mentor actually Morcar, and Zargon was his apprentice, and he's using us to go after him? That was just I was just throwing it out because we all have loved the image of the Zargon or the Mentor on the front of the screen, thinking for many years, that's got to be Zargon. A lot of fans think that's Zargon, but
I still think that.
Right, and so there could be some tie there with Mentor.
I know that, yeah, Stephen Baker, he didn't intend for that. I mean, the artist drew it the way the artist drew it. Another clue that it was intended all along is in the European hero cards, it shows like a little portrait of him as if he's telling you about it. It's like, why would Zargon be telling you that? So there's that. But North American version, it doesn't have that. Hispa
Right, if we
Zargon,
have to-
welcome. Yeah. Well, there's a lot
I'm thinking we have to wait to get through the rumor of the Ogre Horde coming out. Potentially, maybe even 2 years. The Wizards of Morkar.
I figure Chris Nato had to be coy against the Ogre.
Yeah,
Horde.
but I felt like he almost gave you one thread too much in that, because he did, and I said, "Oh my gosh!" Now I'm stunned. I'm just like, I can't wait for 2 years out. What's going to happen with this franchise?
Yeah.
That we're going to get another thread in.
Well,
after this year, next, something.
So, Hispa Zargon, the welcome, by the way. The Frozen Horror is down to 3 body points. Yeah, we could spend. So once this is finished, we'll have more time to talk about this. But yeah. Sorry to
try. I just wanted to throw that out after I watched your interview. I thought.
No, it's great because the thing is, like, and that's how I used to spend my Fridays, is I would just talk about HeroQuest news. But we've been trying to do these campaigns hardcore, so I haven't done much of that. But yeah, there's so many possibilities, and because they're making it up as they go along, there's no way we can really predict it. And yes, there's a sort of an element of give the fans what they want, but also what do they think is best? What do they think is going to sell the majority of people? So yeah, they want to throw us off the scent. I'm pretty confident in our leak that, they said the Rogue was January 1st. It was January 15th or 17th. It's pretty darn close.
Yeah, that's just production issues that happen normally.
So I think that the Against the Ogre Horde for 2024 is a done deal. And all their, he already knows what they're going to do and he just doesn't want to say it, or they're working that out right now. Like, they're in the process of working it out. Yeah,
I think so, because I just felt like he had that in the pocket when you were ending the interview. Mm-hmm. I felt like he threw that out there.
Like
he knew he was going to give you that.
Yeah, it's like, I haven't matched it yet, but he's gonna end it.
And that's just that's my feeling.
They did show the mentor figure in the glass case.
It did, in the head of the arena.
In the Witch Lord spot, so to speak. Which you could say, okay, he's captured and you have to save him, or that's him.
He's orchestrating the whole.
Maybe it's a test. Like,
because
he turns evil in a while, or he was always evil, or maybe he just is a twin, an evil twin.
Well, the original, there was a comic that was released, and I know a lot of people don't know about it, but Zargon just looks like a dude in leather armor. Like, he looks more like an apprentice.
He looks like.
Than he looks like a master.
He looks like Skeletor. You don't see his face. He's
right.
got, like, the long fingernails. And there's a version of him in the PC game from 1991.
Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah.
Where but of course it's really vague. So I went in there thinking, okay, the old guy with the beard is Zargon from Morkar,
right.
And then the other figure that he's got like some warts on his face and stuff, and got like a pointy chin, pointed ears. That's Mentor. But if you look at it the other way, okay, that's Morkar. So, but that could be just what he looks like with the hood off. But then you got the sticker album, and these are all within Europe. These are all released, a short time.
Yeah.
One another.
I only saw the comic image of him.
Yeah, the sticker album, Mentor and Morkar look identical, except that Mentor wears blue. He's got pointed ears, and he wears a little yarmulke style skull cap. But in
the current lore, Mentor is the. Yeah. He was teaching Zargon.
Yep.
And Zargon ran off with something. And so I just feel, based on that drop he gave you, that maybe Mentor is Morkar. And they're going to bring it all together at some point in the future. Yeah. It's just a guess.
Yeah,
there's no
could be
remote
Fight Club, it's
right.
Evil Self, but I like your idea that maybe Mentor was the apprentice. He didn't tell you the full story.
Right, one of them. There's definitely something there between. I feel like a connection they want to make between Morkar and Zargon. We don't know. There's so many ways that could go down.
Just other names and other lands, or maybe there's another evil wizard. Oh, yeah, you beat
another Grimdead of sorts, or
yeah. Oh, there's many evil wizards in the world. It's not just one. So maybe that you open the quest book and it says you are Morkar. Like, here's your option. You are Grimdead.
I mean, yeah.
Here's your stuff.
But the biggest takeaway to me is, wow, that gives so much hope for the series. They're thinking that far out. And they're giving a little taste of a meta to the fans that builds up over time.
Let's just hope
that
Hasbro doesn't
You know.
like drop the hammer on him and go, sorry.
Right.
They
I
just
like their they're in the realm of thinking
Yeah.
that. So anyway, sorry to sidetrack it.
No. We can talk more if you guys have time afterwards. We can talk about more of this.
Yeah, I'd love to. Especially as when we defeat you, it'd be a great victory conversation.
We'll see about that. I got my loyal supporters. Come on, help out your Uncle Zargon. We need monsters. We need chaos cards.
Fubar's with us tonight. Fubar's he's throwing down. I know he wants that potion for me. I appreciate it, Fubar. I know you're looking for me. I feel it. The non-existent potion of
We
the
appreciate all of
sorcerer.
the Quest fans. So Hispazargon is saying some stuff here I want to acknowledge. Great. That looks easy then. I will stay here until the North is saved. By the way, how the hell such a demon can sit down in such throne? Well, maybe that explains why we always see him standing up. Well, the years have not been kind. He's put on some pounds since that throne was created back in the day. When they brought him back, they didn't really think about how out of shape he was going to be when he got out of that frozen tomb. Luke Rock says the Frozen Horror shall not be defeated. Frozen Horror Part 2 quest pack is coming. I'm starting that rumor. Well, they did it with the Mage of the Mirror. It's like, oh, it's over, right? No, it's not over.
I like that. Yeah, I like they brought it back in a new.
Well, and all of our fears that it was just going to be a retread, totally blown away. It's not. And
Right.
they left the storyline wide open. Like a lot of the questions we had at the beginning were never answered. And according to Tess, who wrote the quests, that was done on purpose so that you could just make it up yourself. So if you had a headcanon back in 1992, it's probably still valid, for what happens next. So, all right. So, Goblin
the Barbarian's turn?
Yeah, we're back to the Barbarian. So, does anybody else want to control a hero? Anybody hearing my voice on Twitch? We've got 3 heroes are controlled, and we've got 2 others that someone could take over if they want to. Jump into Discord Quest Talk if you want. There it is. Otherwise,
Right. Wait for Cody to get them feet wet.
The Frozen Horror.
what's the Barbarian doing? I just heard Frozen Horror.
Attacking the Frozen Horror.
All right.
5 skulls.
No, wait. How is he doing all that? Oh, because of the
He still has icy strength, I think,
icy.
so he no longer sees a monster.
Yeah.
And he's got the frost skin.
Okay.
Nice.
Bonus monster for Zargon. I'll take it. Thank you.
Luca rocks. Come on.
Yeah. Well, if anybody does want to join in, we've got, let's see, Barbarian, Elf. Yeah, basically the Barbarian and Elf could be taken over. Okay, got to choose wisely here. All right. Polar Warbear pops up between the 2 characters here. Frozen Horror shall not be defeated. Gotta buy the new quest pack. Thanks, Luca Rocks. Alright. Okay, so you did the 3, 4, 5. That is a fine hit. Let's defend with only 4. Oh, ching! And then 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. Got him.
Cool. Does he have another 6 skull?
You've slain the Frozen Horror.
Good job, Barbarian.
You want to check the body? Those blue dice are exclusive
Yes.
items. Beware.
Where them goodies at?
Okay, so
Jace.
so you're kind of like looking down. You got your sword drawn on him. Molly the Murderess, just making sure. And all of a sudden, back from the dead, You
What?
thought you successfully dispatched your opponent. He jumps up from the ground and attacks you. Opponent is given back 1 body point. We'll fight until
Ugh.
he or any and all heroes are killed.
Game.
This guy won't die.
Alright, so attack you. Doesn't say you don't get to defend, so it's just normal. So one attack.
How dirty you laid him down like we won, and then you brought him back up.
Well, it says
He
back
knew what
from
he
the
was
dead
doing.
if he just kind of like clinched a little bit. Yeah, okay, 2 skulls. And a wrestling move. Yes. Kick some ice. What kills the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. Bonus potion for hero. Luca rocks. Thank you. Okay, now the heads are rolling. Plot twist. Barbarian defeated his nemesis, or did he?
Alright, that blocked.
Elixir of
I love your Conan impression. That was really good. I like to think of the barbarian as Schwarzenegger-esque.
It's like Conan the Barbarian channeling Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. What are you doing?
There is in hell. Stop it. Yeah, who wants slushies? Okay, so you defended it successfully. Cha-ching. But I still get a wrestling move.
Yes, you do.
Right. Let's see, what should it be? It's only appropriate. Stone Cold Stunner. Kick.
Ooh.
And his body like flops. So
If you had those cards made up with visuals of monsters doing the wrestling moves, I would totally buy them.
I could AI this. So it shows like the barbarian and
The
it's
Frozen Horror.
the Frozen Horror graphic.
I would love it.
That would be helpful.
It's just nice to toss up the fun kind of intermediate.
Maybe there should be a card. It's like oil or something. So like you can dodge a wrestling move. You like slip out of it. Well, I guess it'd be just a counter. Okay, so the barbarian loses 1. Wrestling Hero Quest. WrestleQuest. Heroes of Wrestling Quest.
The barbarian's down to 1 body point.
Nope. Still make it. I want a shirt that says Professional Zargon on it to wear when I play. Oh, hey. Well,
Nice.
the merch shop is coming, so I'm happy to take all ideas. I just want you to like sign something saying that, you know, this design idea is now stolen and owned by me or something. I don't know.
I like where you put the pixel glasses on the orc in one of the shirts.
Oh yeah.
I know you had 2 versions of it. I do like that one. I like the Professional Zargon thing Lucas suggesting as well as Dean.
It's still work in progress. I sent a few copies to friends, so we'll just kind of get some feedback. I kind of feel like it should say like Hero Quest on the top of the circle and then fans at the bottom,
Yeah.
rather than just Hero Quest fans. But yeah, I don't know, because I can't use the
The
official
barbarian's
logo,
gonna
I can't
stay
use the
there.
official artwork. What's
I'd
that?
love the Zargon with the pixel glasses saying Professional Zargon.
That would be sweet. Okay, what were you saying, Jacer? Sorry.
The barbarian's gonna stay where he's at. It's the rogue's turn.
Okay. Fubar says there's an RPG game coming out. Could be out called WrestleQuest. Saw it on Polygon last week. Is this a video game? Because there's several wrestling role-playing games, and I guess very few of them have been like that famous. There was one that I played at Gen Con called Rumble Slam, but I mean it doesn't have any official license. And I mean these cards are from I guess it's called WWE Legends Royal Rumble card game from Ravensburger. So, but it's like a whole game, and I've never played it. I only bought it just so that I could like make little jokes while playing Hero Quest visually.
I think that's brilliant because I love the 3 shield rule for the counter, but that adds a flavor that makes you not think about it. It keeps it fresh. You just throw that card out there and get what was the counter. It's neat.
Yeah, and who knows what would come up. So Hispazargon says throne okay, maybe just half of his body can sit on it. So that what happens with the door? Who makes his place with doors? This lord needs to crawl faster. Well, maybe they're just magic. He just can squeeze through like Jello. Zargon minions need some geometry lessons, I guess. Fubar says, oh yes, it's a video game. It's got a lot of close approximation of 80s and 90s wrestling stars. Nice. So kind of like, was it like Retromania Wrestling? Came out a few years back. Luca Rock says, every time the Frozen Horror injures a hero, the chat should type, woo! That's great. Yeah, because if you ever see, like, even if you go to, like, an indie wrestling show, anytime someone gets thrown in the corner and chopped, woo! It doesn't matter. They'll be doing that for 20 years after Ric Flair has passed away. Oh, maybe an error in Imperial metric units. Ah, yes. Due to a rounding error, switching to the metric system, the Frozen Horror's throne is the wrong size. It's a woo-off, says Ribby. Luke Rock says, to be the Frozen Horror, you have to beat the Frozen Horror. Woo! That's right. Okay. All right. So, sorry. Jacer, back to you. Rogue.
Hey,
Or
cocking that.
Ribby's a rogue.
Ribby the
I'm not a
Rogue. Oh, Ribby. I forgot.
So I'm cocking that crossbow. I'm taking aim. I got my potion of battle ready just in case.
Mentorbot's going to give me bad rolls for like the next 6 months now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna fire off,
Okay.
squeeze off a round.
See what you got. It's the car.
Ah.
Chicks dig the car.
Should I potion of battle that and try again? Or I can re-roll one or all? Or how does that battle work?
You re-roll the whole hand and count whatever
Okay.
you roll the second time.
Should I do that? I need input from my mates.
I say use the potion and try again.
All right, let's see
He
that.
does,
Potion of battle.
he does defend with a few dice.
Yeah,
Could be a wrestling.
potion of battle. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Alright. Cross that off.
Here it goes.
There's nothing.
Oh, come on.
Still one.
Yeah. Oh well.
So like, yeah, he fires and then there's just like the scene like kind of
Glancing blow.
flickers and then he fires again. Okay. Alright.
He came back at 1, right?
Yep.
Okay.
1 body point left.
This is a guaranteed death. Here it comes.
Mr. Zargan says there are many people inside the central room. The warm may melt the ice walls. Take care. Oh! Liquorock says off topic, but NECA is making figures of D&D characters basically work as cool looking fantasy archetypes. You work great as fantasy archetypes. When I see the NECA logo, I turn around and I walk away. I don't trust them at all for build quality. I mean, if you're just going to keep it in the package, I understand, but spending that amount of money and getting this figure that's super articulated should be worth something. Before I knew of their terrible reputation, I did buy a few of their Godzilla figures, which thankfully I haven't like manhandled a lot. But yeah, I've seen those. I always check if there's no NECA logo, I'll give it a shot. But if there is one, I'm not touching it.
I've never purchased any, but I'm gonna give it another gander just because Luke is saying they got much better. I'm gonna look at them online.
Yeah, check it out. I mean, they were considered like non-durable goods at one point. Like they were.
I mean, it's just the cost someone has to shell out for like high-end figures is
But they
so.
were saying like they were using like the worst quality like components, hastily assembled, and it's like still upcharging you as if it were
Yeah.
like the greatest thing ever. Because it's one thing to have it just in the box hanging on your shelf. It looks awesome. But if you're going to take it out and actually play with it and actually use the posability, it better be like better quality than that. Japanese figures $100 or more. Dude, let me buy you one. They're not that posable. They got much
I've
better.
seen that with a lot of figures, and so I can't remember if they had a Ninja Turtle series as well. I was looking at.
The problem is any of the figures that I would be buying would be like the older ones, and
Right.
unfortunately that falls within the disreputable time. Yeah.
But those ones are the ones you don't take out of the packages, to be honest.
Well,
but
the one, I mean, if I saw a NECA figure like at Goodwill or something, and it was already played with,
Right.
I would know, okay, it's survived this long, it's probably okay. But if it was brand new in the package, it's like, yeah. But I mean, there's lots of other companies besides NECA that make nostalgic figures, franchise figures. So I have no problem like buying it and just like painting it a little bit. The gargoyle line is crazy great. Japanese gargoyle? Yeah.
still have the Gargoyles Disney cartoon.
Yep. I've only seen one episode, the one about gun safety. Kind of cool, actually. Yeah, I wasn't really watching many cartoons at that time, except Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, there's so many versions of that, but the one that was called the animated series was really good.
Yeah, well, yeah, the first one, and then Robin joined, and then before the art style changed and they started just focusing on Nightwing and Batgirl, I think it was like the pinnacle of it. Some people may disagree, but
Is the frozen horror dead again?
that
For real? Is the frozen horror dead again for real?
yeah, I was waiting for the chat to like buy something for me, but they didn't. So I think, let me see here.
Your dark plan of stalling us with nostalgia will end here, Zargon.
No help, no help, no help, no help. No help. Okay, none of those cards can help me. Defense can't help me. So, yep.
Now we search that body.
And then his axe goes spinning up in the air and buries itself in his chest. And he crumbles into pieces of ice and starts
Ready?
to melt into the floor. Probably gonna pop some potion again to get it. No, I've used up all of them. So I just want you guys to see here. Okay, I'm not joking here. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the place exploding bit. That's too cliched. Okay, so I had the Dark Omen. Okay, these are things that you guys bought me. So that was counter. I had the Mob Rush. I had Chaos Champion. That was a Zargon card. I had the Overwhelming Fear. I had the Ambush. Of course, the Chaotic Defense. And I had all these Chaos cards. The problem is you guys had so much magical resistance saved up. I was like, oh man, I want to cast Command on somebody. Can't do it because I'm just going to counter it. I mean, how cool would that have been to get the Barbarian going? Ice Storm, again, where's the damage? I'm just going to do damage to my own guys. Yeah, I could have summoned some more monsters. Summon Orcs, summon Undead. I was thinking about it, but it was like, you know, maybe next time. Cloud of Dread, again, you counter that. Ice Wall, there's no room to cast it. Chill, you're going to counter that. Lightning Bolt, you're going to counter that. So, yeah, there's a few things I could have done differently. I thought, well, if I just stayed in the room, spammed a bunch of attacks, and then ran out. But how many opportunities? They almost give you too many options for a character like this. But when you think about it, there aren't that many Chaos Sorcerers in the Frozen Horror. I think there's like one, and then the Frozen Horror. And I'll tell you, the second appearance, or the first appearance by the Frozen Horror was actually in the draft notes, not in the released version. So you may have wondered, like, remember when he showed up and just cast a few spells and ran away as soon as you attacked him? That was inspired by the draft notes. So anyway, yeah, congratulations. So with that, the other monsters flee.
Nice.
So they're fleeing into the mists, into the snow, into the ice, into the fog. And you let them go because you realize got him. The punishment they receive from their master probably far worse than what you could deal out to them. Now,
Like Fubar's suggesting they all scream and shatter into ice. But you're right, it is It is more fitting they cowardly run into the distance.
Yeah, Lukarok says I would have. Yeah, he's definitely killed Hispazargon. Lukarok says I would have summoned orcs and skeletons. The north is safe. Fubar got him. Hispazargon says 1,000 gold each to each other. Lukarok says bring on the mage. Hispazargon says mercs included. They would retire then. Well, there is a cost for rehiring mercs for the next quest, so you'll have to kind of make up your mind about that. Now, I am kind of surprised.
3 of them made it out, right? Zip, Slade, and Dirk made it.
Yep, 3 of them survived, so they could have the discount. So you never needed the heroic sacrifice. You never needed the slip. You didn't use the disarm and capture. That would have been kind of interesting.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, or trying to have that be used on that polar warbear that was fudging through the water.
Who got the final blow? Was it the barbarian or the elf or the rogue?
The rogue.
The rogue. Nice, Ribby.
The barbarian, and then he came back with 1 life, and then the rogue got the arrow and used the potion of battle and re-rolled it and got another skull, and the Frozen Horror tried to attack with his axe instead of defend against the 1 arrow, and the 1 arrow ended up being the one to kill him.
Nice. How righteous.
They were trying to recreate that scene from the 2 Towers and not quite doing it. Because my axe is stuck in his nervous system. Alright. Hispazargon says mercs included. They should retire then. And what says Mentor about this sleigh? Fubar says Barb will do the work. Rogue does the credit. Okay. So
That's for sure, Fubar.
I do have to congratulations guys, I do have to read the ending.
Yes.
Conclusion. Congratulations, mighty barbarian. You and your companions have destroyed the Frozen Horror, saving the Empire from an ice-shrouded doom. Zargon's plans in the Northlands have been thwarted thanks to your cunning, bravery, and skill. In appreciation for your heroism, the tribal elders have rewarded you and your fellow heroes, 1,000 gold coins each. That's right, 1,000 gold each.
That's a lot.
Wow.
We have won this battle. We must remain vigilant. Zargon's power grows still. The Frozen Horror returned once before, when the forces of good thought it dead, and it may well return again. You tap him on the shoulder. Actually, he returned just then, and we got him again. Well, I mean, he could return yet again. For now, though, the danger has passed. Your people will sing your praises forever, barbarian. Centuries from now, your descendants may have to find another champion to defend them against the agents of chaos. May they find a hero as worthy as you. Zargon's plans in other regions remain unchecked. The Empire is sorely pressed on many fronts. Soon, your services will be needed again. I fear that many dangerous tasks still lie ahead for you. But for tonight, you and your companions are honored guests at a great feast. Tales of valor will be told, and there will be much rejoicing. Come receive the thanks of your kinsmen. All right. So, yep, you each get 1,000 gold and a case of frozen yogurt.
Heck yeah.
Sounds good.
Cracking open a beer right now. That's fantastic.
And Ribby says, he's going to pop up some potion and negate it. Yeah,
I was convinced.
Well, if I'd shown you what cards I had, I would have spoiled the whole thing.
No, it was a good fight. I mean, I felt like it could have went either way. I still didn't know even at this session which way it would have went.
Well, once I was realizing how many of those magic resistance you guys had, it was like, okay, well, there isn't much I can do here except try to summon more monsters and hope for the best. Or keep trying to drain those away. Because I would have had to smack you with like 2 more spells. And if you get a good roll, that's it.
It is up to the dice. Plus the pleading to the audience. I mean, the audience is a good factor of who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, of course. And someone got this elixir of life. Their showers are frozen. Everything is frozen there. Yeah, I need to get to some warmer climate. So who gets the?
Yeah, I thought it was the Barbarian because that was fought right after he killed the Frozen Horror, and then the Frozen Horror came back.
Okay.
I already have one elixir of life myself.
Note the date here: 8/19. Finished Frozen Horror. So the Rogue has completed 3 quests. The Wizard has completed 6. Oh, so the Rogue can be a champion. Sweet. Okay, the Barbarian has completed 10. He's already a champion.
That's including this one, right?
Oh, he could
Okay,
be.
so I'm sick.
Actually, the Barbarian could be a Knight. So I do have my own upgrade system. So whereas previously I was saying that the Barbarian substitutes 2 black dice with any sword, now he can substitute 3 with any axe or sword. And he gets a random combat potion at the beginning of each quest. So OP. And the Elf has completed
Wizard is 6 after this quest, you're saying.
5. He's a champion. Yeah, everybody goes back to their maximum body points. So Barbarian's back to 10. Mind points back to 3. Elf back to 6. Rogue back to 5. Oh, we're doing an ad break anyway. Blue color, of course. So it's with Argon, some rogue must come back to Elthorn. Things are going bad there. Well, you know, about that, you're definitely going back to Elthorn. And I would say next weekend, looking ahead, we will plan on Friday the 25th to start Mage of the Mirror. And Saturday, August 26th, we'll start Rise of the Dread Moon. And we'll have them running simultaneously. As much as we can, each week we'll try to do 2 sessions. So I'm thinking 2 to 4 p.m. Central Time on Friday, and 6 to 10 p.m. Central Time on Saturday on twitch.tv/HeroQuestFans, if any of you want to join us. And since we're starting a new adventure, we don't have to bring all the same heroes, but they'll all be like in stock in reserve. So like as people join, we'll add more heroes. The problem is, what I haven't done is I haven't like yanked heroes out, you know, as they get added. I mean, I did try like one point where I think I just had them like kind of hang out in one room, like no one's fighting. All the rest of them are moving on. So if someone joins midstream, we can say, oh yeah, the guy like in the starting room, that's you. So you can run in, like in wrestling, when they run in.
Ultimate Warrior theme song.
I'm going to try to make both of those sessions the best I can.
Now, already, I've made my decision. I'm not going to go in, because I want everybody to have the experience of it. I'm not going to go in and change Mage of the Mirror. Like, I'm not going to cut out monsters, which is probably what you should do if you want it to be fun, unless you just want it to last, well, you know, a year. But I am going to have it so that the solo quest can be played by multiple heroes. So very minor adjustments are needed because it's already super hard. So we'll probably do it.
Because that's anticipating you're coming in solo with no gear, and it tries to gear you out, right? But it's still very hard.
Yeah, they made it a little too difficult for a beginner player and basic hero, even with the adjustments they made in the new remake. Now, Rise of the Dread Moon, I'm just going to assume that they assume you're an experienced part of heroes.
Right.
You go in, it's already a group quest from the get-go. Okay, so I'm going to stop the stream. I'm going to restart it, though, because we've got time to talk. If you guys want?
Yeah.